deliver the keynote address.
Honorable Rajya Raksha Mantri, Dr. Subhash Bhamre, dignitaries on the dais, Satish Kaur and Prithvish Kumar, distinguished guests from the Ministry of Defence, officials of three services, DRDO, DPSUs, friends from the media, and all delegates and participants from the industry. It is indeed a privilege and an honor for me to be here this morning to deliver the keynote address for the important seminar on Make in India for the Indian Air Force in front of such a distinguished audience. Indigenization and self-reliance in manufacturing of defence equipment is an important attribute for recognition of a nation state as a great power. Indigenization not only reduces dependence on foreign OEMs but also leads to economic growth of the nation. The modernization of the Indian Air Force is being pursued with the aim to give impetus to Make in India and beef up the defence manufacturing base. We in Indian Air Force are keen to see that Make in India initiative of the Government of India gets converted to a reality, and presence of a large number from your side gives us a hope that we shall make it happen together. Indian Air Force has always encouraged development of indigenous equipment, and majority of the aircraft operated by Indian Air Force have been licensed manufactured in India. As an Indian, it was a matter of immense pride and delight for me to fly the indigenously manufactured light combat aircraft during Aero India on 14 February this year at Bangalore. I would like to share with you that I commenced my flying career in the Indian Air Force almost 40 years back, learning to fly on the HT-2 and the Kiran HJT-16, and later as an instructor I also trained on these aircraft. All these were designed, developed and manufactured in India. Prior to the HCA in the 60s to 80s, Indian Air Force had operated indigenously designed, developed and manufactured fighter, the HF-24 Marut. The spectacular performance of our helicopter aerobatic team Sarang is on the indigenous advanced light helicopter. A crucial contribution to success of all indigenizations has been the supreme sacrifice of Indian Air Force pilots in testing these aircraft to battle-worthy standards. We have lost 17 pilots and engineers in air accidents during testing and evaluation of indigenous Marut, Kiran, Ajit, Saras and AVAX prototype aircraft. Over the years, our premier establishment for flight testing, the aircraft system testing establishment, has matured to a world-class standard, and I am pleased to inform that the testing of the NCA right up to the induction has taken place without any major incident, let alone an accident. A high degree of indigenization has been achieved in the field of radars, and all the radars planned for induction in the future are from Indian firms. IAF is completely self-reliant in the field of software. Applications and a number of projects are functioning successfully on the software developed by Indian firms. Our information technology requirements, such as the integrated air command and control systems, which provide the ground network for the Indian Air Force, electronic maintenance management system, the EMMS, which will monitor and manage the maintenance activities of all aircraft fleets of the Indian Air Force, the integrated material management online system, EMALS, which ensures the humongous supply chain to IAF, has all been conceptualized by the Indian Air Force and developed by the Indian industry. Several other design and development programs are also underway in the country. We look forward to similar contributions in achieving self-reliance in the manufacture of weapons which we deliver from aerial platforms. As an outreach program, 5 seminars on indigenization have been conducted by the Indian Air Force last year to enhance awareness among Indian industry about IAF's requirements, indigenization procedure, airworthiness certification, quality assurance requirements associated with airborne products. Of these, 2 seminars held exclusively for the MSMEs. The seminars are well received by the industry, and several private companies are in dialogue with us to meet our indigenous requirements. Military aviation, as we are all aware, is technology intensive. We rely extensively on foreign OEMs for many of our weapon systems, and many of the cutting-edge technology desired in these platforms are not available in the country. If we have to reduce our dependence on foreign OEMs, we have to develop military aviation technologies within the country. This in turn would require a robust R&D base in the country. Aerospace R&D in India is still dominated by the government organization with very little participation from the private industry. There is an urgent need for the industry to boost their R&D capability and evolve a suitable business plan to meet future requirements of the IAF. Government is in process of framing guidelines of Indian private sector to join hands with the renowned OEM of aircraft. This strategic partnership program has just recently been approved. This would create an ecosystem for manufacturing aviation items in the country. The aviation sector in our country will get a similar boost that what Maruti Udyog gave to the automobile industry in the 1980s. The first session of today's seminar will focus on the future technology requirements of the Indian Air Force and other issues related to technology management in military aviation. Indian industry needs to align its capabilities with future requirements of IAF and provide the required technologies that we need within the specified timelines. Acquisition of defense equipment and modernization of armed forces are complex processes governed by procedures described in various manuals, including DPP 2016 and DPM 2009. While DPP 2016 deals with acquisition of new capital equipment, DPM 2009 is a compendium of procedures covering revenue procurements. The second session of the seminar has been earmarked for a panel discussion on Chapter 15 of DPM 2009, which lays out detailed procedure to be followed by services for conclusion of contracts for design, indigenous development and fabrication of stores, equipment and spares required for the armed forces. During the session, specialists from the services, finance and industry would share their perspective on the issue and would come up with suggestions to make indigenization through revenue route more effective. The third session of the seminar is devoted to certification and how to make it globally accepted. Military aviation equipment which is very usage has to meet highly exacting standards, and therefore indigenous airborne products need to be well designed, well manufactured and have to be 100% airworthy. We have a well laid down and robust system in place with CII being the certification agency for all military aviation products. Stringent airworthiness requirements also calls for high standards of manufacturing. For us, DGQA is entrusted with the responsibility of quality assurance functions at the production agency. The Indian industry should aim to produce aviation items of high standards to compete in the global market. Indian companies desirous of entering into defense production, especially aerospace manufacturing, need to continuously upgrade their manufacturing facility. It is heartening to see a few major Indian companies setting up world-class manufacturing facilities for defense production, that was just covered for the airframe of the Apache helicopter in India. The final session of the seminar will focus on aerospace manufacturing technologies, wherein experts from National Institute of Industrial Engineering, Mumbai, Central Manufacturing Technology Institute, Bangalore, and reputed Indian industries will share their views on the subject and discuss the challenges associated with acquiring world-class aerospace manufacturing capabilities. I am sure this seminar would generate a professionally enriched debate and would prove beneficial to all stakeholders. I wish the panelists, the participants, and the organizers of this seminar the very best and happy landings. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much.